Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here's the mail call. Actually, it was a mail call for back in January. Been saving it for a special time. I've cracked the case, but I've not looked inside yet. So let me stop it here. I'll see what the packaging looks like and we'll take out what's in here. Hey, yeah, back in January I got some Heroes on Hot Wheels. Now I have no idea what this fantasy casting is. It's pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to run it. It's a black wall. I'm not sure how it would do, and I might run one later, but this is Woodstock. We got to get serious. So yeah, these are all white fantasy castings here. What's in this other bag? Oh, wow. They seem to be red. Let's see what they are. Not just one, but two, three, four. Red, mint in package, Heroes on Hot Wheels Sol-Aires. I'm going to take them out and I'm going to run two of them. Two that have the worst packaging, and the other two I'm going to keep and collect. So I'll be right back. Pretty cool, huh? All right, yeah, I bought a package of 10 of these things. It was sold in a lot for about 43 bucks shipped. I don't know what these are and I don't really care, but I cared about what these were. So these are the guys I'm going to run. A little better packaging here, so I'm going to hold on to those guys for now. But let's bust these open and let's have some Friday happy hour. All right, I couldn't leave that alone. It doesn't have a name on the bottom, so I recall this casting from back in the 90s or whatever. I just don't remember the name, so if y'all can help me out with that. Buyer beware. I would rather buy a loose car any day of the week over cars like these. These two here, guys, are catastrophic failures. The one wheel is bound up into the body, can't roll at all. The other wheel, it basically does donuts. It does hard donuts. You would have to do some major surgery to the axles in order for them to get straight, and it really wouldn't work. So 0 for 2 there. This one's not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run him dry, work him, see how he does. And then if he's fast, I'm going to leave it alone and keep this guy in the package. If he's not fast, yeah, we'll give him a shot. All right, first let's run these guys dry. Let's see what we got. Here's a little closer look at him. I don't like the feel of that at all. It just has a rough feel to it versus the other Sol-Aires. It just feels cheaper. I know they're fast. I've seen them out there in a couple channels. There's no doubt. And I mean, believe me, it'll appeal to me more if this thing is truly fast. And then there's this guy. He's pretty cool. Whatever the hell he is. I haven't had time to look him up yet, and I'll appreciate any insight you have. Let's weigh him up and get him on the line. 33.8 for the unknown comic. And for this really weird looking and feeling Sol-Aire, 60.3. Nice weight. Let's see what they do dry. First on deck. How horrible was that, guys? Let's see. 2270. That is a slug. Yeah, the texture of this is just it's rough. It just feels cheap, but hey, if it's fast, I don't care what it is. So, here we go. Hot lap 1 out of the box. I like the sound of it. 2192. Not sure how that's going to translate after graphite, but I like the sound of the wheels. I think we're going to be good. So let's see what we got after one round of graphite. Alright guys, the other fantasy casting worked okay. They were the black walls. These I've done my best work on. These are really, really good wheels. I do plan to do a rework on them though. But all four spin like this. So if it's fast, we're going to find out soon. First up is the metal body plastic base. I'm going to call it the Unknown Comic. Let's see what it does. Didn't like the sound. Don't like the time. He's going to bed. Wheel-wise, it's hard to find a better example of the Ultra Hots. These wheels were round, they were intact, they spun freely even before graphite, and you just saw how they worked. Let's go. Look good. Not the track record, but 1/1000th off the track record, which is 2081, set by, wow, I'm just freaking out right now, set by the Murata. But if this Sol-Aire is this fast and stays consistent, I finally will have something. I have two things that will finally blow past these damn Muratas. Holy rip. Change lanes. I was going to say, something sounded different there, 2094. Let's run them one more time. And this is just a first work. I am going to do a rework on him after this run. Last hot lap. Nope. Screwed up the spacer. $20.99. Yeah, let's do a rework on him. All right, before we get to the star of our show, I have a little bit of a flash bonus here. This Zamac Sol-Aire, since we're running this Sol-Aire, the red one, I have a feeling about it. So I reworked it. Let's weigh it, and let's have him do a hot lap before we get back to the main attraction. $57 grams. Interesting. Not so much. 2113 for the Zamac. There was a reason he was not in the cases. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Hot lap 1. Let's try it again. Come on, break in. You must have heard me. Let's put him in the case. Wow. At a time like that, running times like that, we can't fool around. We're going right for evil number 3. Let's set him up. The number 1 car in my case. I gave him one run down the track just to warm up his wheels. Went 2089 in a hot lap. Let's go for the number 1 spot in the top 24. Evil number 3. 93 to 99. He's up 6. Race 2. 2093 to 2109. That does not even make sense. I didn't see the start. I'm gonna rerun it. Redo of race 2, evil number 3, up 6. Good start. All Sol-Aire. 2097 to 2102. That is not like that car, but let's switch them up. We have evil number 3 up 1 right now. Race 3. $87 to 97. Evil number 3 is up 11. That's put him to bedtime, but I'm going to run it one more time. I like that Sol-Aire. Hey guys, first order of business, I got to give a shout out to Chase Family Racing and Elevation Diecast Racing. Those guys, I believe Elevation, David was first to introduce this car to the channels out in the community. And then Chase brought his as well. I got mine back in January, but I do think David ran his at that time, so I got a deal on it and thought I would run it. I did a rework on this, but when I do reworks, guys, I do the laggard wheels. So after a few runs, I'll go and I'll check the spin on each of the tires. Listen to me, tires, the wheels. I check it this way, and I check them this way. And if I see one of them that might not be spinning as freely and with the sustain as the others, that's the one I'm working. In this case, we had 3 wheels that still spun pretty much as the original work. This guy here, this driver's side wheel, he lagged. He lagged behind. He was not as good. So that's the one reworked. We reworked. So let's go have a 2-race rematch with Evil number 3. All scores are even right now. Let's just go see what happens. Race 1. Good race. 2090 for the Sol-Aire, 2092 for Evil number 3. Sol-Aire's up 2, heading into the second race. Lanes are switched. Race 2. Good start. That's the Sol-Aire. That's a good time. Yeah, baby. 2089 to 2093. I think we have a new number 1. Let's challenge him against 2, 3, and 4 just to make sure. We'll have this Sol-Aire face my number 4 car in the case. This is the 51.7 gram Dodge Murata Stalker. It's my fastest Murata. There they sit for race number 1. Sol-Aire 2090 to 92 to 1000 speed. Race 2. Sol-Aire up 4, 97 to 99. Let's switch them. That's the Murata there. 91 to 99. The Murata is now up 4. Race 4. I've done nothing to this Murata in quite a while. Let's see what happens. Murata's up 4. It's the Murata. He took it home 2090 to 92. Really good times. We have a new number 1. No shame in this, though. No shame in this. We're going to probably have a top 5 or 6 ride here. Top 5 for sure. So I don't know what these other guys are going to be about. We're going to find out. So let's do some shifting for right now. We have the Sol-Aire at number 1. We'll move the arrow down to number 4. And we're not sure about the funny car. We don't know where the funny car goes just yet. Now we're going to have to get somebody out. So yeah, we'll get him out. We'll make the whole shift. But right now, Sol-Aire actually isn't number 1. We're trying to find out. He's already beat the funny car. So now let's run him up against this Arrow funny car, which is number 4, which is a killer. If I was to send to the heavyweight classes, it would be Evil number 3 and this Hot Ones dark blue Arrow. Let's get him in the line. Let's weigh him up. Let's get him in the line against that Sol-Aire. Coming in at 66.9 grams is the Hot Ones Plymouth Arrow. And I shouldn't have said number 4 with the Sol-Aire fighting his way up here. This Arrow is now number 5. I did calibrate the case last night, guys, up to about 1 in the morning, down to this guy. Got to this guy, and then we'll squeeze some speed out here and see if they can work their way up or work their way out. And then I got to get to the 50s. So I'm going to run one more 30-gram race and then probably do some calibration. So you may not see something till tomorrow after the next race, or you may see something super late at night. But I got to get the calibration done, and we've got it done down to this guy. So we'll pick up on that later. But for now, let's see how the Sol-Aire, which now sits at number 2, Goes against number 5. Here we go. There they sit. They're off. Sol-Aire, 2092 to 94. Here we go. Sol-Aire. I think he put him to bed. Whew. 89. Shut the front door. To 98. Yeah, he put him to bed. All right. He's defending his number 2 spot. He has wins against the evil number 3, a win against this arrow, 1 left. Let's see what he does against this number 4 Hong Kong wind splitter. It's a killer. I did check his wheels before this race. This wheel, just like the Sol-Aire, was a little bit laggard, so I just threw a little bit of magic dust in there. It's looking good. So both these cars have had pretty much the same type of treatment. This guy was sitting at number 2 prior to today, so I wouldn't be surprised if he leapfrogs back into his number 2 spot. Again, Sol-Aire's been running so consistent, though, it's going to be tough to beat. He might just hold that spot, and that'd be great. Sol-Aire looking good. Whew. Looking real good. Can you say consistency? Praise be God. Okay, he's up 10. Let's go put this wind splitter to bed. And anybody knowing my channel, 2094 is not a joke time. I mean, Scoop's been over here, and I think he could vouch for that for sure. Car's running low 2090s now, maybe into the mid to high 2080s. That's sick. Let's see what happens in race 2. Sol-Aire's up 10. Oh yeah, 96 to 104. I don't know what happened at the start. Those are both off times for those cars. Sol-Aire has the race. I'm just going to run them one more time, but the race is over. Yeah, the race is over. He's going to stay in the number 2 spot. He's going to stay in his number 4 spot. Now what I did is I did dust all 4 wheels. Not the one I just did, but the other 3. Just to get him up to par, maybe with what this guy had today. So even if the wind splitter wins, he's going to have to win it back on another day, not today. But let's see what happens with his rework, and let's see how the Sol-Aire runs in his final race of the day. Good start. Sol-Aire still takes him out. 94 to 97. Thanks for joining me, guys. 3 days of peace, music, and speed is going to continue. Thanks for joining me.